Okay, we're gonna do a visual condition report. Now we're looking for scuffs, scratches, chips, dings, any cosmetic imperfections that we can find. So looking at the front right wheel, I don't see any curb rash there. I do see some little surface scuffs on the fender here. It's all pretty subtle. Looks like it could be polished out. Got the gloss black 5.0 emblem. That fender looks good. Here on the side mirror, a couple minor scuffs, and you can see some bug etching on there. It's all pretty minor. And then looking at the A-pillar, we have one rock chip right there. Looking at the door, upper section looks good. That lower side looks nice. I don't feel any chips there. Now you do have a couple small rock chips in this area. They've been touched up. That lower section looks good. We do have a couple touch-ups there with a really light scuff. The rest of the quarter panel looks good. That lower section looks nice. And checking out this wheel, I don't see any curb rash there. And then you have the gloss black roof from the factory here. So that looks awesome. Okay, looking at the front end, let's start with the hood. Just looking for any chips, scuffs, scratches. So far, it looks good. Looking at that edge here, you can see it's really clean. That looks awesome. Headlights nice and clear. Got the gloss black grille. That looks really nice. So far, this front end is very, very clean. You're gonna have a couple small rock impacts and little things like that, but I don't see any noticeable damage. Looking at that splitter, we do have a little scuff right here, a couple rock impacts, a couple spots of minor curb rash, a little bit here, but all very subtle. That front end looks awesome. And then looking at the engine bay, all of this is nice and clean. All right, looking at the driver fender here. So far that looks really clean. Got a small imperfection there. Looking at this wheel, it did have some curb rash right here. It looks like it was touched up. The rest of that wheel looks good. You also have wheel locks on here. See a little imperfection there. A couple small rock chips. Then looking at this mirror, there is a gash right there. It's been touched up. And then looking at the upper side of the door, you're gonna see a little bit of fingernail scratches here, but otherwise that's clean. Then making our way down the lower side, all of that looks good. I mean, you're gonna have a couple little imperfections there from rock impacts, but otherwise it looks really nice. That quarter panel looks good, bumper looks nice. Now we do have a surface scuff here. It does not catch my nail. Looks worse than it is. It's something that could probably be wet sanded and polished out. Looking at this wheel, that looks really good. This side of the car is very clean. Then looking at the back, starting with the deck lid, see one rock chip right there. The rest of that looks good. That taillight's clean. Looking at that gloss black trim, you're gonna have little swirls from just everyday washing. A Couple minor scuffs. That's very common for that deck lid. Looking at that back bumper. That looks good. Right here we do have a scratch. It barely catches my nail. Besides that, this looks really good back here. Okay, checking out the interior. It is a non-smoker and it smells really good in here. Looking at this door panel. Very clean, got the ambient lighting, memory seating. All those buttons look good. That's nice and clean. That lower section's good. Got the illuminated trim here. That looks awesome. Here on this seat, that bolster's nice and clean. You have a couple tiny little scuffs there. Otherwise, that looks good. Upper section looks amazing. You have a little snag right here. Other than that, that seat looks nice. Looking at the steering wheel. Overall, really clean. All these buttons look good. That brushed dash looks awesome. Automatic headlights. The inside of this is really, really nice. Got the ambient lighting here. So really the only flaw is there on the seat. And then looking back here, nice and clean. I don't see anything that stands out as far as imperfections go. Looking in the trunk, that upper section looks good. All of this looks really nice. Got your sub here. Here on the front right door panel, that looks really clean. I don't see any imperfections that stand out. And looking at that trim, that looks good. Carpets are nice and clean. That bolster looks amazing. I don't see any scuffs here. Overall, that seat looks awesome. This side of the dash is clean as well. I don't see any imperfections here. The glove box looks good. That trim is nice and clean. Looking at the upper side of the dash, I don't see any flaws there. This side of the vehicle looks pretty much perfect.